Boom, boom. This is Kenry, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. I got a bit of Solan Reloaded up today. We got a few things to cover, so let's go ahead and jump right into it. Now, as predicted, the Eternal Star Realm event has returned. This will allow you to get some good in-loggies. Make sure you log in to get some gems as well as some SS shards. But the main thing that you are, of course, going for and looking for is this little beastie boy right here. This is the remaining 30 shards that you will need to make the Eternal Star Realm weapon. Now, I do like this weapon. The reason I like it, it's not so much the 50% chance to increase attack. It's more or less the dual def by 20%, and it lasts for 8 seconds. And then the equivalent of that is in heal amount, and is stored, okay, up to 125% of the wearer's maximum MP, okay? And it's automatically Allied Soul Master, so it's going to actually have a little bit of healing for the rest of the team. So you get 2% hit point per second damage, will increase by 8%. So this is an extremely powerful SS weapon, and this is excellent for a tank who's going to be taking a lot of damage. So this is definitely the weapon that I'm going to put on Tien. I really didn't have anything on him, so let's go ahead and make that. I hadn't made it yet. I purchased the shards, so we'll go ahead and synthesize that. And there we go, the Eternal Star Realm. So this is going to be that, and probably going to go ahead and stick something along. Most likely, probably, I'm seriously considering doing the cluster ball at this point. I might do something else, but the cluster ball for now, since the cluster ball seems like an extremely good response. You know, it gives a little bit of attack, and it deals physical damage. So it's gonna, and that's the thing here. See, deal physical damage equipment. So it's to do physical damage indicates, you know, physical damage. So that eliminates magic. So having something that, you know, physical damage, which would be exactly where you're in at and close to melee. So I think that works there. So I think that'll help out a little bit as well too. So this is probably what I'm going to use. I might stick something else on there. You know, it's a little bit you know, commiserate at this point, since I've got the main weapon on there. So as you can see, we've had a little bit of change in order here. Iena took her up to +3, so she now actually has overtaken Tien as it just sort of like, you know, did a swap. So let's take this Eternal Star Realm here. Okay, so that's equipped there. So I'm not sure at the fitted slot for right now. I might just go ahead and use the actual 1,000 knights at this point. Okay, simply because of the fact that it's higher. Okay, so and then once I get the cluster up, I might go ahead and utilize and put that in there. You can remove and replace. There's no charge to remove and replace fitted instruments, so it's not that big a deal. All right, so that's that. So we're up to 83 million. All right, so let's go ahead and get into what we're going to talk about here. So like I say, purchase the remaining 30 shards for the Eternal Star Realm. Nothing else much changed. We've got a couple events up. One thing that you might want to really look into, one of the things that I was noticed is we have a Forge, the Master Forge event up. Now, one of the good things about this Master Forge event is you can actually get some shards in here for, where are those shards at? No, it might be in the, thought it was in the, it might be in the time limited exchange. Yeah, it's in here, right here. This is a chance. I only need 10 more of these shards to get the actual Jade Emperor Scorpion. This is one. This has not been offered. It wasn't really offered when it was the first one that came out. They didn't have a specialized event. Well, let me rephrase that. They did have an event for it, sort of, but they really didn't give you the shards to actually get it. But now, so I'm just 10 short, and if I can manage to scrape up 10 of these, I'll be able to get this actual Jade Scorpion. So I might end up doing that right there. but that's in the Master Forge. But there's a bunch of other stuff that you can get if you're looking at. You can just get base shards. This shards for everybody except for Ayen. Like I say, she's not in the charge yet, but this has got it's got Chen and it's got Tang Xin in there. So that might be something. So that's the Master Forge event. Something to take to take stock of what's going on as well. Like I say, Heaven Dew Festival back again. It reset. So definitely want to make sure that you do your normal mode 100 each day just to get the reward. Wrong's Tees, of course, is still up. So you want to focus on that as well. And of course, continue to focus on doing the online rewards. That helps. A little bit of, Pontiff expense, and of course the actual diamonds, which always help. So as you can see, I'm down to about 16,000 diamonds. So that should be built up back over time. All right, so let's go ahead and focus on what the main thing with this event. We decided to go ahead and do this. So let's go ahead and open up the bag, and let's go ahead and get started on this. So let's go ahead and open up these chests here. Okay, I'm just going to stick these. I'm going to stick these on. So I'm going to stick them on him for right now, because they're not going to stay there for very long. They'll be used on the actual Soul Master. All right, so what I decided to do was I've actually got pretty impressed with. As you can see, I put that SS weapon on Tien, and he moved right back into the third slot, just by a little bit. You can see they're both still at 11. Okay, so really the only thing I'm missing is I want to get an S set of soul bone armor on Chen, but that's something we'll have to look at in the future. As you know, it's not something you can get easily. I might end up rolling one of the other sets over, but I like where I'm at right now because the sets that you've got are both attack and defense, and that's very important, considering that when he dies, we get overrun, and when she dies, we lose our healing. So it's important to have that. So the first thing I want to do is I want to go ahead and get Chen up to 3. Okay, so we got Chen up to 3 moon. That's a physical skill. I have to start working on that. So we've got him up to 3. Okay, so I want to go ahead and take Chen up to 2. Okay, since he's the tank, I mean, he's extremely important that he be in stable position. And next, we're going to go ahead and bring Ayen up to 2 as well. Let's go back to the bag. Okay, so let's go ahead and bring her up to 2. I feel comfortable at 2 for the time being. I mean, I'm going to bring them all up to Sun, multiple Suns. There's no doubt about that. It's just, how fast can you do it? When can you do it? Type of setup. So go ahead and bring her up to 2. So I'm pretty comfortable leaving them at 2 right now for the time being. Okay, that makes me feel more comfortable about the survivability of them. So the next thing I want to do is, so we're going to need 820. So not quite able. So I'm going to have to bring some more of the shards out here, because I'm going to bring him up to 5. He's my highest damage dealer. He does multiple damage. My damage is pretty much solid base straight focused on him. So I want to make sure that I can actually, that he actually does most of my damage. So we'll go ahead and bring him up. To 5. And he takes the title of Titled Dulu. And we got a new physical skill, attack plus speed. That's going to be good. So I have to start bringing all those physical skills up. All right, so Sourceful Trial, but that unlocks the Sourceful Trial. So we can light up some of this because you had to bring somebody to 5. Then I got to next. I got to bring 3 of my Soul Masters to 5. Move forward. I can start sending on that. All right. So that's the current look. So we've got 5, 3, 2, and 2. So I'm really comfortable keeping these at 2 for the time being. Okay, he does a really good job from position of a tank, and the weapons that I've got on him, of course, make that. And she's in the backfield, so she does healing. So I feel comfortable leaving her at 2 for right now. But like I say, I'm going to bring them all up into the Suns. It's just when can I do it? You know, how much can I do it? Get the chest. You know, it doesn't take long to get the chest. Chests are plentiful as well as the S shards. So you know, within 3 or 4 weeks, we'll probably have enough to start bringing them up. So let's go ahead and see how many shards I've got left. So 253, yeah, and then I'll be using a lot of these shards because I don't need these shards for anyone. And I've got multiple shards. I just have to figure out exactly how. You know, it's going to be difficult because of the fact that you have to look at it. So you have, we're talking, you know, PvE. This right here that I've got, this team right here, set with these stars right here. This will complete PvE. I don't see this having any trouble whatsoever. Okay, this kills in PvE. I mean, I'm not even being close on the elite stages to having any trouble whatsoever beating anything. So I'm pretty sure that this is going to be okay for PvE. So that's not much of an issue. PvP would, of course, be the next thing we have to do. But you have to understand, you need teams. When you start getting up in this here, you got Soda Arena, you've got all that stuff. That's multiple teams. So you've got your 4 main on each team, plus then you got support. So there's another 4. So theoretically speaking, you're going to have 16 characters. You know, 4 main, 4 support on the first, 4 main, 4 support on the second team. So that's just a lot of characters. So, you know, and there's not 16 SS characters out there. So we're going to have to, you know, because, you know, as we start going up, we're going to have to be careful as to who we bring up and when we bring them up. So, you know, some of the S characters might be something that we're going to take up as well as that. So, you know, we're definitely going to be bringing Ma. I'm simply going to get Ma simply because of the fact that I need to activate the fusion skill for Tien, and you need Ma to do that. So I'm going to get him. I'll be getting him in a few days. I just need like 30 more shards, and you can get those daily inside of the Heaven Dulu Festival. The Dulu Festival. That's right there. That's 10 each day. If you do 100, so in 3 days, I'll have it. And I'm going to bring up the Civet simply because of the fact that for PvE. So that's going to be, so I'm going to have 2 more SS characters, and then from there we'll just have to determine out which ones we want to focus on. You know, I'm going to probably continue with the ones that I have. I'm not going to, you know, regenerate any of them because I'm going to need them eventually. So, you know, regenerating, you know, you're going to have SS characters, but you're also going to have to supplement your teams. You're going to have S characters. So it's best to not, you know, go too wild on the regeneration, you know. And we'll just make a determination as to which ones I want at that time. Since shards are plentiful and chests are plentiful, it's not like something that at this point that you need to start focusing on what your 16 teams are going to be. I'm just worried right now about forming 2 main teams, and that's, you know, succeeding fine. So I'm pretty happy with what we got right here, and we'll stay on this for the time being. And see, as you can see, we're at 86. So once I start working on the actual, focusing on the actual hidden weapons a little bit, and fine tune those as to which ones I want, and hopefully we'll get a hands on another SS Soul Beast, because that is one lacking. I mean, I'm using the Devil Bird right now, which is on Chow. This one right here, Devil Bird. That's what for my second team I'm using him. First team I'm using, of course, I do have the actual SS, which is right here. This is the SS right here, up to 100, the Emerald Jade Phoenix. So I'd like to get the Scorpion and bring the Scorpion up. Just, you know, so my first and my second team will both have an SS Spirit Soul. That is, you know, that just make me more powerful. And we're gonna have like I say, we've already got one more, a couple of more SS hidden weapons that we need. So we're in good shape on there. The next part is we're starting to get the SS Soul Bones, as you can see. I've got some on Tien and I've got some on Ayen. Okay. So those will be useful too. I have not seen much in the way of the the SS. I'm sorry, these are extended soul bones. Haven't seen much in the way of the SS uh, direct soul bones. Yeah, they're out there. We'll just have to just have to start utilizing them whenever they come out in a little bit more obtainable manner, because they're really not easy to get at this point. They've got the Sea God wings and a few other things. Those can match up in the extendeds as well. All right, so yeah, so that's where we're at this point. And yeah, as you can see, I have SS. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 SS. So that's 2 more than I actually need. So I'm going to keep one, of course, on BB, and I'm going to keep the other Mortal War Blessing. This will probably end up going. I'm probably going to end up putting it on a die, simply because he's damage support, coming off for my damage support for my second team. So might as well put it on him. Anything to increase his damage. I'm going to keep his damage up because he can still be useful. So that way I'll have BB and die with weapons coming off, and it'll make things a lot easier. And they'll do more damage, and that's what you want to do. So let's go ahead and put that onto die, because as you can see, die does not have a SS hidden weapon. He has this 50. It's a good one though. I put this. I think this was the first one I actually got. I believe it was the first weapon that I actually got in terms of S weapons, hidden weapons, when I put it on him. So on him. So everybody's got an SS weapon. So now it's just a matter of bringing them up. It takes a little bit of time. It's not something you can do easily. Just what you do is basically just play the events, get all of the currency that's for that particular shop, and then you just purchase them in bulk is what I've been doing. And then of course you snatch them up at events. All the events always have some, so you can just pick and choose what you need at the time. That's what I've been doing at this point. I really don't have any set time when I get it. I do go through enhancements every other day, and focus on enhancing certain things. And that way, when the next event comes up, I have an idea of what I need. Because there's just if you just look at the screen, I mean, there's just a bunch of stuff going on. I mean, we got you've got you've got the enhancements for this. You've got all the soul bones. Okay, not to mention you got the hidden weapons. You got the soul, and then you've got actually got the spirit skills as well. So there's a lot of stuff that you really got to focus on, and that's what we'll be doing. Also, there's just the base enhancement. I finally getting into the 3, so I can start bringing up the 3. The first one I got was like I said, I got Ayin up there. Once I get to 75, I'll be able to start bringing these guys up. They have 75 to complete the set breakthrough to them to 3. Has to be up to 75. I think he's 74 and he's 74, so I'll be able to bring these 2 up once I get a level up, which will be very soon. As you can see, I'm really close to bringing that up. Then I'll be able to bring those 2, but then I'm going to have to wait until I get 75 to actually bring up all of them to +3. And we'll do it. It's gated, so you can't really get too far ahead until you level up. It takes a pretty good while to get all the materials and work on it. So it's really not that big of a deal, because you can level up fairly. It's not quick, I want to say, but you can usually level up in 5 days. You can usually go up another level. That's roughly about where I'm at. But I make sure that I do 100 a day so I complete the Heaven Dew Festival. So I at least make a minimum 100 a day. And then of course any events where you have to do Soul Beast Invasion. Do those how many times you need to a day. Sometimes there's events where if you can do do 35 or 45 of those, you get some like that last event they had Awakening branches up for that. So I managed to complete that, so I got all the branches. But yeah, so that's what I do. I just focus on doing that. But try to get 100 a day so you can get the shards, because that'll make it a lot easier. I mean, it's only for Oscar and for Die, so it's not like I'm sorry, not Oscar and Die, but it's actually for Oscar and Die and Phoenix. So you know, and it's 10 shards, 10 chests of 1 shard apiece. So it's not a lot, but you know it helps. I'm almost there to where I can actually create him. So once I've got him made, we'll go ahead and we'll do that. But today I just wanted to mainly focus on bringing these guys up. I've still got some more shards. Next, I'm probably going to go ahead and bring Chen up one more time to get him. Like I said, I'm comfortable with these. Tian literally just tanks the Treant and the Sect tournament. You know, he tanks that too. So I really don't see at this point the need to focus on bringing him up at this time. Of course, once we get into higher levels, of course I will. Like I say, I'm going to bring them all up into the suns. So it's just taking the time to do it. But for the right now, 3/4 of my damage comes from these two. So they're going to be the main focus. That's going to be increasing because I just opened up when I brung her up to 2. We opened up a new skill, which I like, which is this right here. Permanently increases the attack speed. Okay, anytime you have attack speed, it's nice. Okay, the faster you attack, the more damage you do. So that's a straight A speed for her. So that's going to make her a little bit more powerful too. But I don't have her in there for attack. I have her in there for healing, which she is astonishingly superior at. It's amazing how fast it occurs and how much it occurs. So yeah, definitely want to get your hands on her if you can. Like I said, I expect in a month or two we'll start seeing chests that have her shards. But she's probably going to be one of the high-end chests. I'm assuming you're going to see a high-end SS chest that will most likely have, the 3 new characters in it would be my assumption. That'll be the high-end chest. The 3 new characters and probably Zhu because she was considered high before. So I got a feeling you'll probably see them inside of a separate chest, and then another chest that has the older characters in it. Mine is Zhu most likely, because I don't think they might put Tian in the high-end chest too. I'm not exactly sure. It really doesn't matter. Okay, you're not looking for SS characters. Okay, once you get SS character built, you can use their shards to up the divine skill, which is what I'll be doing it for, and I will be looking to get SS chests. Don't worry. But really, in reality, right now my main focus is just getting S shards so I can just level them up, get them all up into the sun. And once you do that, we'll start seeing some impressive damage. Right now, the damage is pretty good. I don't really die much anymore, and I'm not really having much problem with teams. I have no problem with teams at my BP, and I beat most teams with higher BP. Simply because I have a tank and a healer. It just makes it better. You have to pick and choose. Like I'm not going to choose to go up against something that's 95 or 100 unless if they got a Zhu or somebody like that, because the chances of winning are not going to be very good. But it's just team comp is what you're looking for. As we said on the last video, tank, healer, attackers. Since we got a 4-man team. That's the best way to go. And then for PvP, you might want to take out Tian, as I said, and put Zhu in as a replacement because she's the PvP beast. And we are going to be making her too. She's going to be the next focus immediately after we get Phoenix made, so that I can get the fusion skill for Tian. Because that's a direct 35% increase right there. So it's definitely something that you want to get. Even if you're not going to utilize the character. And we will probably end up utilizing the character in the future. As I said, you need 16 characters. Okay? So anyway, look at it. You're going to need you're going to need 8 attackers. So you're going to have 8 SS characters would be the logical assumption. Okay? But each has a support. Okay? And you want to have 2 more SS attackers, and because you can only use 1 support skill out of the 4 characters. Okay, so you want to make sure you want to try to have the best attackers in SS. So 4 for the first team, 4 for the second team, 8, 2 more from support 1, support 2, 10. So you want to have 10 attackers. So theoretically, SS characters do the most damage. So, you want to have 10 SS characters is, of course, the focus. Once you get 10 SS characters, then you can just start doing S characters for the stats, because that adds to your BP. But in terms of actual, the support, only one support as attacks, the one that you put the check mark on, is the one that comes into play inside the match and comes out. So that's what you want to do. That's the way I'm playing it. So I want to have 8 heavy duty characters plus 2 off the side. So I want to have 10 heavy duty characters, and those will be my focus in terms of starring and in terms of leveling up. I'm not going to focus too much on the S characters until I've got my SS character set up. So we've got the main team, and now we're starting to work on peripherals to the main team, so that we'll have 2 excellent teams. Right now, I can usually get I'm usually rough. I can usually comprise about 2 teams that are between 40 and 45. One team is lacking simply because of the fact that I don't have an SS Spirit Soul. So that's something that will hopefully be rectified here in the next 3 days. Because this Master Forge, as long as the Master Forge goes on, you get the stuff to do the Forge. And what you're looking for is these right here. So what I need is these iron cores to this, but they don't proc all the time. And there isn't really anywhere that you can actually do much in terms of getting them unless you want to pay money. As you can see, I was looking for a way to purchase them, and because like I say, I want to get this first. I want to get this right here. So I need 10 of them, and I've got 4. But this is a 3-day event, so I've got a few more days. That's why I'm holding off at this point. If I don't get enough, I'll probably just end up spending it on generally, maybe something, maybe get some of this, some of the, XP. This is used for, soul, SS souls upgrades, stuff like that. I might purchase some chests, maybe get the chest, because it is a chest that, that can be done. But we'll have to figure out what that. But I'll make that decision if I fail to get it. My main focus is getting the Scorpion. Yeah, so if you want to purchase some, you can get those inside of here. So yeah, you can purchase a bunch of them, which can then be used. But in terms of that, there doesn't seem to be really any way of getting them except making them. So as you do your forges, like I just did my forges for today, and I managed to get 4 of them. So I should be, it probably won't get 10, but I'll get close. And if I don't get 10, just get 5. I'll just purchase 1 set, and then I'll have to wait for the next event to come along to get the Scorpion. But I definitely want to get him. I think he's obviously a very powerful character. They would have gave him to us directly. He was the first. And I don't know if they hadn't figured out the format they were going to use for SS Soul Beast at that time. That's the only thing I can think of. And then they changed it because everyone since then has been something that's been able to be obtained either through events or through purchasing. You can get the chests that have the shards in them, and you just do it that way. But I have not had any trouble. So now that I've got pretty much the basics, now it's just going to start focus on leveling up. All right, so that's all I do. Remember, Eternal Star Realms up. Get those 30 shards so that you can go ahead and make it. And then from there, it's just a matter of, leveling it up. All right, so thanks a lot for watching. Remember to subscribe. Once you've subscribed, you'll see the bell. If you click on it, you'll be notified once I do drop a video. Also, remember to like and share the video because that just tickles YouTube algorithm pink when you do that, and that makes the video a little bit more widespread. So liking and share if you can. All right, so again, Kenrir coming at you from the corner, signing out.